Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's having a good day so far today. It is Monday, brand new week, brand new day, full of opportunity. So let's definitely get out there and make something happen today, y'all. Hope everybody's feeling blessed, feeling energized, feeling motivated, going into a new week with some new encouragement, some new accomplishments, some new goals, some new mindsets. Let's just go out there and be great. As y'all can see what the topic is on the screen today, we're going to talk about what real love and forgiveness is. We're going to get a little in depth in it because everybody has their own version of love. Everybody has their own definition of love. But I'm going to give the most common one that everyone should work on to strive for and, focus more towards with. Because, again, everybody has their own version of love, too, because everyone is taught differently how to love and what love truly is. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're also going to talk about forgiveness and how important forgiveness is and how it really does affect your life and hinder our lives when we don't forgive. Forgiveness is one of the major tools of God and for ourselves to be able to, not put ourselves in a boundary or limit ourselves from healing or limit from us reaching our full potential because we want to hold on from what somebody else has done to us. So those are the topics that we're going to be talking about today. So definitely, if you just joined, please share out the live for me, please. Welcome in all the new followers. My name is Coach Fear. My lives are about positive, uplifting topics, basically about daily activities that I deal with and I deal with in my own life. So that's what today's topic is going to be about on the screen, what love and forgiveness really means. Welcome in to Blunt Life. Welcome in Way Journey. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome in, Bill. Thank you, Simply Beautiful, for joining. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the topic. I'm trying to wait a little bit longer for some more people to come in. But again, if you don't mind just sharing out the live and reposting it for me as well, just so we can reach as many people as we possibly can today, all right? So today is Motivational Monday. What love and forgiveness really means. Love and forgiveness are two of the most powerful things we will ever experience in life. They can heal us, grow us, restore us, or even transform the way we see ourselves and others. But many people were taught how to survive, not how to truly love and not how to truly forgive. Welcome in, Thiago. Thank you, Belle, for the heart. Appreciate you for coming in. All right. So today's episode is about understanding what love really is, what forgiveness truly means, and why both are necessary if we want to move forward into the purpose God has for our lives. Okay. And again, that was a big if because we have a choice. We can choose to try to love better and understand love in a better way. We have the choice to forgive and move forward and not hinder and hold on to those things that has caused us pain, hurt, trauma, or issues in our lives. So that being said, let's jump right into it. Some of us grew up searching for love in other people. We were learned how to love ourselves. We were never learned or taught how to love ourselves. So some of us were hurt so deeply that forgiveness feels impossible. But if we don't heal, if we don't release the pain, if we don't forgive, we end up carrying old wounds into new seasons. And sometimes the very thing blocking our next level isn't lack of talent, it's unresolved pain. How many can honestly agree to that? That we are honestly, or a majority of us are holding on to old pain that we have brought from our childhood, from our younger years that we're carrying as grown adults. How many of us can definitely say that is me, or I am doing that at this current moment? And this is an open room, y'all, so the chat is very open, so you can say yes or no. If you're carrying that problem right now of forgiving, or you're having not understanding how to love because you didn't get the proper love that you feel like you should have received as a child. Yes or no in the chat if you feel like that I'm talking about you today. All right. So we're going to jump in what love is. All right, there we go, Bill. Thank you for answering. What is love? Love is more than words. Love is more than emotion. Love is more than temporary feelings. Love is patient, kind, grace, sacrifice, understanding, accountability, effort, and consistency. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you, Julie. Welcome in. All right. Love is action. Just because someone tells you, I love you, I love you, I love you, and that's why it's kind of difficult for me to say the word I love you, because I have seen, people take that word for advantage. They just use it, and don't show any actions or any type of ways or cares of showing what true love is. So again, you have to be cautious to reassure that the people are putting on those same actions and showing you the respect that you deserve as well when they use that word love. Welcome in, Killia. Thank you for coming in. Anybody can say I love you, but real love is shown through behavior, effort, and presence. You can tell somebody you care about them all day long, but if your actions constantly hurt them, neglect them, disrespect them, or break them down, then the word love loses meaning. It loses meaning. You do the same, Matlock. Thank you. All right. Love is a 4-letter word, but it requires work behind it. Anybody can write it, anybody can say it, but it's the fact that, are you using those words in action? Are you performing love? Are you saying love? Are you, respecting somebody with love? But in order to be able to love somebody else, you have to learn how to love yourself first. And I think that's where a lot of us are missing out or not doing for ourselves, and that is loving ourselves first. Because if we learn to properly love ourselves first, then it won't be that hard to love somebody else the proper way. All right. Now, before we can truly love others correctly, we have to learn how to love ourselves. That means speaking life over ourselves, protecting our space and our peace, setting boundaries, taking care of our mental and emotional health, as well as forgiving ourselves for past mistakes. One last thing is we have to know, or we have to be knowing that our worth through God. We have to know our worth through God, not through what the world tells us that we're supposed to be, not through what people expect us to be because of how we were raised or how we were brought up. It's the way that God sees us, the worth that he has put within us. A lot of people pour into everybody else while running empty themselves. A lot of people pour into others while running empty themselves. And I have to catch myself on that too, because I do pour in a lot of people on a daily basis. But then I have to realize, who is pouring back into me? Am I pouring back into myself? Am I, not draining myself or pouring into people so much that they don't even know how to encourage or motivate themselves, that they always look to me to do so? With my coaching, I teach you how to do it, how to do the research, how to go, find what you need instead of needing or depending on other people to do it for you. You cannot, a lot of people pour into everybody else while running empty themselves. We show up for family, we show up for friends, we show up for relationships, but we neglect ourselves. And that over time, that creates exhaustion, resentment, insecurity, and emotional burnout. You cannot connect, pour genuine love into others if you have never learned to pour into yourself. God did not create you to hate yourself while loving everybody else. All right? He did not create you to not how to love yourself, not to tend to the needs of yourself, not how to understand that sometimes you need to take a break and reevaluate your issue, or make sure that you're, again, not pouring so much into them and pour into yourself. Because again, we have to take care of ourselves first before we can help anybody else. Welcome in, Fire. Thank you for coming in. Now, love in relationships, friendships, and family. It's more important, or is important, in every relationship, not just romantic ones, okay? Love should bring peace, safety, growth, communication, trust, understanding. Love should not constantly feel like confusion, manipulation, fear, or emotional welfare. Friendships, real friends, basically support your growth, correct you with life or love. They celebrate your success. They pray for you. They push you towards purpose. Not everybody who says they love you truly wants the best for you. All right? Family love can be complicated because sometimes the people closest to us hurt us the deepest. But even through difficult family relationships, God can still teach us compassion, wisdom, boundaries, and healing. Again, it can be complicated because, again, our family are the ones that are the closest to us that usually hurt us the deepest. But even through difficult family relationships, God can still teach us compassion, wisdom, boundaries, and healing. Welcome in, TT Fitness. Thank you for coming in. All right, we were just talking about love. We're talking about love and forgiveness today and the true meaning behind it. I was just briefly talked about love. We're going to kind of shift over to forgiveness. Again, everyone that is in here, if you don't mind sharing out the live and reposting it for me, please. It's just a squirrel running up and down the tree. It's like 4 of them, actually. But anyway, stay on track. So what is forgiveness? That is what we're going to shift over to. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness means choosing to release anger, resentment, bitterness, and revenge towards someone who hurt you. How many of us have to work on our forgiveness today? I'm going to ask that boldly, but yes or no. How many of us need to work on our forgiveness today? Put a yes or no in the chat if you need to work on your forgiveness today. Not just towards family, not just towards friends. How many of us need to forgive themselves? Okay? All right. Well, look, it's time to get to it. It's time to get to it. Thank you, KT, for following me. All right. Forgiveness does not mean what happened to me was okay. You have to allow toxic behavior back into your life. It does not mean you must forget what happened. And it also does not mean you have to continue accepting mistreatment. Forgiveness means I refuse to let this pain control my life anymore. That's the part where we need to get to. Welcome. Thank you, Flores Heaven, for the follow. It's the fact that we have to get to the point where we are not allowing these actions, these feelings, these emotions, these thoughts to predict us, who we are, change the mood that we're in, thinking that it's okay to allow people to keep hurting us and breaking us and speaking down on us. That's not it. Welcome in, Coach D. Thank you. The reason why forgiveness is so important or why it matters so much is because a lot of people think unforgiveness punishes the other person. But again, I repeat this majority of the time on my lives, that forgiveness is allowing us to forgive ourselves. But in reality, if we don't forgive, it slowly punishes us each and every day. Or every time a thought or a trigger gets triggered and we put ourselves back in that mode or that position where we're mad at ourselves, we're mad at the individual, we're mad at the situation in general. But in that moment, we need to start letting go because we can't go back and change it. I say this a lot as well. Our past is to allow us to learn from it and grow from it, not to go back and harvest over what we didn't do, what we should have done, and change it, because we can't. We learn from it. We build from it. We create more opportunities from our past. Holding on to anger can drain your peace, trigger emotional wounds, block healing, and damage future relationships. Because I'm going to ask this. How many of us in this room are still holding on to a lot of things that happened to us from our childhood that we have carried on into our adulthood? How many of us in this room are holding on to things and people that have hurt us that we have not forgave yet, that we have brought into our adulthood? I'll be one to agree and raise my hand and say that. Sometimes we don't even know that we carry these things into our adulthood until something triggers us, until something happens and we blow up or we go off. So we have to, again, forgive the people, the situations, the moments that we were in at those times, to realize that, those are sometimes survival mode moments, statements, and we aren't those individuals anymore. So we have to forgive ourselves first, and then also forgive the individuals that may have caused the pain or the hurt during those moments in time. Welcome in, Grace. Welcome in, S. Jackson. Welcome in, Ivy. Thank y'all for coming in. All right. So, if unforgiveness also keeps you stuck in old seasons, affect your mental, emotional, and spiritual growth. Sometimes we are so focused on what happened to us that we can't even see who God is trying to transform us into. Pain can blind us from purpose. And many times God cannot move us fully forward until the release what we continue to carry. So that anger that we have towards our parents, our siblings, our aunties, our uncles, the ones that hurt us physically, emotionally, in any type of manner, we have to still let go and let God for our own sake, not just for them, for our own peace. So we're not kept hostage or jailed in our own mind. And also so we don't hinder our future relationships with people. And that goes for men, like in romantic relationships too. If that man broke your heart, or if that woman used you and abused you, you can't keep holding on to that pain and that hurt, or also expect that individual to do you the same way that your ex did. Because again, that's affecting your future relationships. It's hindering it. It's holding it up because you have not begun to allow yourself to heal from that pain, or forgiving the one that caused that pain in the first place. All right, now we're going to shift over to forgiving parents, siblings, friends, and others. Forgiveness is difficult when the wounds came from people we trusted, the people that we love, the people that we respect, the people that we look up to. Those are the most hardest things to try to forgive or move past. But forgiving parents is the thing that we really have to work on, because they brought us into this world. And also in the Bible says, respect those, be obedient, respect your parents. So some people are still carrying pain from abandonment, lack of affection, harsh words, broken homes, emotional absence. But the healing truly begins when we stop allowing childhood pain to control our adulthood. For forgiving our siblings and friends is another hard thing, because when we build those bonds with friendships, we look at them more as family, more than just friends. We bring them very close in. We allow to share secret moments and things with them, and we just expect them to be there. It's actually a cat. It's a cat chasing a bird. But anyway, betrayal from people close to us creates deep scars. But every time we replay the hurt without healing, we reopen the wound. You deserve freedom more than you deserve revenge, okay? We deserve freedom more than we deserve revenge. Because honestly, once you get that revenge, you're going to be like, was it even worth it? Was it a waste of time? Was it a waste of emotions? Was it a waste of planning? Because a lot of us planned because we want to make sure we get them back just as bad as they hurt us. But their revenge is not even worth it after you go through the process, and then you look at it like, look who I've turned into. I'm actually becoming that individual that actually hurt me. So we have to be more aware of who the people that hurt us, because we end up turning right into that individual. Now, how to start forgiving. This is going to be a list of steps that you can take to allow yourself to start forgiving. All right. Forgiveness is a process, not an overnight decision. And honestly, I'm still working on forgiving myself daily, because I hold on to so many things. I've been married for 18 years. It has been so painful. He finally left, but I feel so hurt. Look, I have been married for 18 years, so I understand that's a lot of time. But again, everything happens for a reason. So don't look at the pain that it's causing. Look at the reason of why it's happening. There was a reason that has been popping up a lot of times to show you that why it didn't work out. So again, don't look at it as the hurtful side of he's not there anymore. look at the reasonings of why he's not there anymore. But you still got to forgive him too, and forgive yourself too, because you live and you learn. You know, we all have lived this life once. Like signs, yes, there were signs that showed that something was going on that either one of you may have ignored or tried to sweep underneath the rug and say, you know, maybe they get better due to time. But, you know, time sometimes just shows you what things actually are turning out to be, and that it's not getting better. So we always hope and wish for the best, but God knows what we need. So again, but through this situation that you're going through, don't allow it to harden your heart. Still believe in opportunity for true love, even though it may take some time, or take God to truly heal your heart, because that's what it's going to take, God to heal that pain, that loneliness. But, you know, just keep moving forward and believing for the best, and know that God is going to make the best out of this situation. Oh, well, there you go right there. There you go right there. If that fruit is bad, then something was not in line. And especially if he wasn't leading you the right way, then you already know. But you got to trust in God's signs and God's word more than those desires. Because sometimes we put those desires before God and ruins everything. Just because you want to be married or have that husband around, that doesn't mean that's who God destined you to be with. That maybe that was like a trial run. So you can build the instincts and the knowledge and yourself up to who you needed to be able to receive that next person that's coming. And that's all God. Don't know where that came from, but I hope you receive that Christ love 2045. All right, now back to how to start forgiving, y'all. Step 1, acknowledge the pain honestly. Hey, we cannot determine time. God determines time. You know, we can't say that it was a long time, but you have matured and you have grown in that time too. Look, I can't explain that, but God's got it. I promise you, it's gonna work out. Just believe that. Welcome in, Jess. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate the repost. Thank you for the heart me. All right, now step 2. Stop suppressing your emotions. Be honest. Be real. Speak your heart, speak your mind, let people know how you truly feel about the situation. Because when you keep telling these lies and keep trying to sugarcoat the moment, they'll never truly understand who you are and what you really mean behind what you're saying. Third thing, pray and ask God for strength. Sometimes it's hard to ask for forgiveness. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, forget things that actually has happened to you, you know, physically. If you were, you know, assaulted in any type of way. That's something that it takes a lot of time to heal from and to move past. But continue to ask God for that strength and the guidance and the direction on how to heal and what you need to do to heal properly. Because only, like I said, time does not truly heal you. It is God healing your heart, your intentions, your emotions that allows us to move forward. Step number 4 on learning how to start forgiving is separate healing from revenge. Know that revenge is not necessary. Revenge is not beneficiary. You're not going to truly benefit from it. Yes, you got to submit to the process. That's it. Appreciate you, Firestarter. Thank you so much, Jess. Because the healing is sometimes rough. And you may still go through those emotional roller coasters and things like that during the healing process. But once you're healed, well, I ain't gonna say healed, because the healing is always a process. It never actually is a finishing line to it. We heal each and every day. We will heal every day of our lives. But it's the fact that the way that you're healing, that it no longer affects you. It no longer brings you to that mood of being broken, feeling lost, feeling less than. And now you're able to actually get to that moment and just smile. And it's like, oh God, look what God got me through. Like something that I never would have thought that I would be able to heal from or get past in my life. And look what God did. So that's where we got to show that gratitude to him too, because without him, we wouldn't have got through those situations or those moments. So we got to appreciate everything that God gives us and the opportunity that he gives us when we have messed up or chose to make those wrong decisions ourselves. 5th step, accept that closure may never come from the people. Accept that closure may not come from other people. That means that sometimes we forgive them even though they never said sorry. We still have to forgive them even though they have never actually said sorry. And that's something that I had to learn when it's the hardest thing for me to do because, you know, people know what they did intentionally, and people know sometimes did it intentionally to make sure it hurt you and put you in that type of that mode or moment. But it shows you have more strength and more power and more discipline when you're able to forgive somebody and they have no intentions to ever forgive, say sorry in the first place. Because that means that you can move forward without depending on if they really cared or if they really have content to make you feel better. Because somebody don't even feel like they did anything wrong. Because some people have been doing it their whole lives that it's a part of them. So they never really noticed that they hurt you or rubbed you the wrong way. Again, that goes back to that honest part, being honest about how you feel. Because if you never express that time or that moment, they'll never realize that they did something wrong. So you got to stand 10 toes down and speak your part. Yeah, it's a part of their nature, but it's really not because they're choosing to do that. I hate when people say, well, I was brought up this way. I was, this is where I was raised. This is what I've done all my life. So what? Change it. Good afternoon, Red Diamond. That doesn't mean you have to continue to be a jerk or mean because my parents raised me this way. You have a choice each and every day to decide to allow what my past affect me by, or am I going to choose to change that and be better? Put out my purpose and show them that just because I've been raised and beat and abused, that I can go out there and still show love, still respect people and show the kindness of my heart. So don't ever allow somebody to say, well, I was brought up this way and I yell because my mom yelled. Okay, well, change it. It's not healthy. It's not going to create a healthy relationship. So why keep doing it? We got to start making those excuses. No more excuses, y'all. It's time to grow up, man up, woman up. Like, stop feeling sorry for ourselves and get out here and do it. Apologize, forgive the people that hurt you, and move forward so you can enjoy life peacefully. That's the whole point of life, enjoying it peacefully. Not stressing. Yes, time to break cycles. Yes, exactly. All right. Step number 6. Focus on your own growth and peace. Stop worrying about other people's journey. Stop worrying about other people's peace. Stop worrying about other people's crown. Y'all know I went over that topic not too long ago. Our crown is shining enough. Stop worrying about the gems and the things that they got in ours, because you don't know what they went through to get where they are. And we might not can't even withstand what they went through to get what they got. So just stay in your own lane. Focus on your own growth, on your own peace. All right? 7th and last tip. Choose daily to let go by little. Little by little. Learn how to grow. Learn how to let go. Learn how to forgive. Learn how to shift your mindset to better and positive things. Right? Because some wounds heal slowly, but healing still matters. It still matters. That's all that matters, is that you're healing, that you're moving forward, that you're allowing your past to stay back there and you're growing from it. Inch by inch by inch by inch, as long as you do something each and every day. Because eventually the small things will become to get accomplished, and then you're able to move on to the bigger things. Like you say, you forgave your mom, for the pain that she put you through, which will maybe allow your father for leaving or not being the father that he should have been. It's like everything happens for a reason, and we have to start to embrace those things and to accept those things and not run from them and not hide from, confrontation and those difficult conversations that we really need to have with these individuals to be able to move forward, to grow, to release ourselves from the cages and the pent up anger and animosity that we have had for towards these individuals for so long. Time to spread our wings and be free. Why are we chaining ourselves up because we don't want to forgive somebody? I don't know where that came from, but okay, God. Now, love can heal, love can restore, love can rebuild, but love without action is empty. And forgiveness is not weakness, it is freedom. You are not weak for forgiving. You are strong enough to stop allowing pain to control your future. Do not let old anger destroy new blessings. Do not let past hurt block present growth. Also, do not let unforgiveness stop you from becoming who God created you to be. Sometimes your breakthrough begins the moment you finally let go. As soon as you let go, and that is something that I had to learn myself. Let go of the pain, let go of the fear, let go of the doubt, let go of the insecurities, let go of the low self-esteem, let go of the heartbreak, let go of the loneliness, let go of the depression, let go of the suicidal thoughts. Like, wow, let it all go. So God can truly live within you, so he can show you what your next steps are. But we are really putting up our own blockage there and blocking our own roads because we don't want to forgive. And again, forgiving ourselves, number one, from the choices and decisions that we made when we were stuck, when we were lost, when we didn't know which way to grow, when we felt like those were the best choices that we can make in those moments. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're still here. You still made it. You still got through those problems and those issues that you felt stuck and you didn't know which way to go. So just be thankful for that. Show gratitude to yourself. Appreciate what you've been through and what you have made it through. Because a lot of people ain't making it through, y'all. A lot of people are not making it through. So give God the thanks for allowing you to see another day. The opportunity to make a change, to become better, to forgive that individual, to forgive yourself, and to move on. So, forgiveness does not erase the pain of the past, but it removes the chains that keep you trapped there. Love heals when actions, growth, and grace follow those words. Coach, no fear. That is me. All right. So to be honest, that is my live for today, y'all. Which was about love and forgiveness. What true love is, what true unforgiveness is. And what it looks like. Like again, most of the time we look at love as a 4-letter word because people use it so freely and say it, but we also got to be aware of the actions that's behind it. We have to know that love is not temporary feelings. It's more than emotion. It's more than just words. That love is patience, kindness, grace, understanding, accountability, effort, consistency. Love is action. Because anybody can say, I love you, but real love is shown through behavior, effort, and presence. You're so welcome, Christ Love. Don't forget to hit the follow button. I'm here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So definitely please come back. And I do a lot of giveaways. Also, my website is available in my bio if you're interested in any type of life coaching. Definitely reach out. You can also know that love is required to be able to move forward. You have to love yourself enough to not accept the things that has happened to you in your life. To love yourself, to know that it's okay that I went through those things, but it's time to adapt. It's time to evolve. It's time to push myself to become even better. Yeah, I've been through it. Yeah, I felt it, but that doesn't mean I have to stop. That doesn't mean I have to accept it. That doesn't mean I have to believe it. God created me for a reason and my purpose is still there. So let me build my relationship with him, forgive the people that I need to forgive, and start truly loving people the way that I'm supposed to love them. Or show people how to love them. Because again, like I said, everybody has their own definition of love. Everybody was shown a different version of love. But until you truly know what love is, you cannot share it or, have it with someone else without learning how to do it within yourself first. All right. So with that being said, is there any questions, concerns, suggestions about today's topic? If today's topic touched you in any type of way, spiritually, emotionally, or physically, please put some hearts in the chat for me, please. I appreciate all the likes, the taps, the shares, and the reposts for today. I appreciate y'all for showing up on Motivational Monday. Hope it did encourage y'all and motivate y'all to go out there and be great this week. Do not allow the challenges of the world to stop you, hinder you, or feel like you're stuck. You go out there and be the best version of yourself that you can be. No, I thought I had another announcement, but I don't. You're welcome, Julie. I appreciate you for showing up. Thank you, Coach Reese, for coming in. I appreciate you, sir. Other than that, I just hope you all have a blessed Monday, a very powerful and strong week, and just go out there and be great. That's all that I ask from you guys, is just go out there and be great. And look, don't allow the world to win. With that being said, y'all have a great Monday. I will see you all back here on Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. See you then. Have a great day.